Today in The Sims 4, we are building a palace inspired by The Wizard of Oz. I won't lie, this is all because I'm so excited to see Wicked when it comes out. You bet we're gonna be building something Wicked inspired in The Sims 4 when I finally see it. But until then, this is what I want to build in The Sims 4 today. This is the Palace of Oz, located in Emerald City, and this is going to be our inspiration. So I'm going to be building on this lot in Brindleton Bay, and we're gonna start off with our terrain tool. I'm going to raise this up a little bit, and then using the flatten terrain tool, I'm just gonna flatten what we've just made. The castle is going to sit right on top of here, so I need to leave enough room for that. And then using the same flatten terrain tool, I'm gonna make my brush a little smaller, and I'm just gonna click somewhere halfway between the hill that I just made. This way we can make one lower level like this. And now we have a starting point for our build. Next, we're going to build up a foundation where our palace is going to sit on top. So I obviously want this to be big enough to build the entire thing on. So we've got that there. I've raised that up a little bit, and now we can start building our shell. And then when we look at this thing, it looks like there's a bunch of rounded towers or rounded pillars all grouped together. So we are gonna start with our octagon room tool and start building some of these towers. Some of them are gonna be 4 floors up. So we'll do 2 in the back there like that. And then some of them are going to be 3, 2 floors. And then once we go in and roof it, we can actually change up the heights there as well. So far I have these wrapping around, but we can't really have the entire palace looking like that. So what I'm gonna do is take my room tool and just build a rectangle right inside there. That way they're all gonna be kind of coming off of a main room, and it's going to be much easier for us to build on the interior like that. And then we'll just keep bringing our octagon rooms around on this side. So far this is what our shell is looking like. And I went in and added some rocks around the terrain as well, just to clean it up a little bit. We've got these little bump outs at the front, which could make for a nice entryway. And now we can add some wallpaper. So I was reading that Emerald City is actually made up of green glass, obviously emeralds and other jewels. So we need to find the perfect green for this palace. We could try this. This is a wallpaper from Lovestruck. For flooring, Lovestruck also has some green marble we could add. And let's try and roof this, because I feel like we need to round off those top parts. So going in first with an octagonal roof piece, we're gonna curve that out and raise it up quite a bit. We needed some green roof paint. Ideally it would maybe be glass. We can try it with the glass first and see how we like it. We also need some green roof trim, and then we're going to be copying and pasting these, but I'm going to be lowering them or raising them up higher depending on where we are on the build. So they're all going to be same shape, just different height. I'm already thinking we changed the roof paint. Maybe a shiny metal would be better. We'll try that for now. And then for this big part here, we're going to take a gabled roof. I'm going to bring that over, and we're also going to curve that. I don't know how high of an arch I want it to be. Maybe we'll bring that down a little bit, adding on the wallpaper. And actually we could maybe add some glass here. So I'm going to bring that back in. I'm going to add that to the ends of each side, and then I'm going to copy that into the middle one more time. And this time we're going to bring that all the way across to cover. This middle part can be glass, but then we'll keep the metal on the outer edges. And we do still have some little gaps in the roofing, but I'm planning on filling those in with emeralds. I also have these tiny little bump outs here. For now, I think I'm going to cover those up, literally just using a 1-tile hipped roof piece. So they kind of come to a point like that. I'm going to start going in and adding some trim. I'm using a mixture of base game with the Castle Estate kit, and on every roof piece I'm going in and adding a point from Get Together. So far we have this, but I wanted to add one more thing to the roof pieces. I wanted to add in some crystal balls. I was looking for a rounded piece that we could use on top of these, and these have the little design on them. We could even alternate between that one and this one, so like all of the roof pieces could have alternating crystal balls on top. I feel like that looks interesting. Okay, we need to get some windows and doors on here. I need a big door at the front. We could use this big one from Life and Death, and I wanted something going over top of it. What if we tried adding in this archway from Get Famous? It could maybe go over top of the door like that, or we try this stone one. I'm gonna wait and see what it would look like with the windows. So for the windows, I was looking for something with a green stained glass in it, and I found these from For Rent. I think we could use these. So I'm adding these around some of the towers. There are also smaller versions of these, so we could use those along the smaller rooms. And then maybe along the bottom, we could open it up with these regular windows just around the bottom layers. So far we have all of our windows added. I'm also adding a few extra details to our front entry part. And before we go any further, we need to find a yellow brick road. We have no stone under the yellow category. I don't know what we could use for this. Like, it's gonna need to be more yellow than that. Maybe we can find some yellow tile aisle. I mean, there's this from Love Struck, or there's this carpet. Wait, if we zoom out, does it look like a brick road, or am I crazy? And then we can connect our stairs through the terrain. You know what? Zoomed out, that looks like a brick road. We're gonna leave it. Next, I'm going in and adding our emeralds. So I want these pretty much everywhere. I'm sizing them up. I'm gonna add them by the entry. We also need them to be up top in any of those gaps. So I'm just gonna make sure that we're filling those in. Pretty much anywhere that has an empty space is getting an emerald. I'm also trying to raise them up so they're coming out of this archway. I'm just trying to get them to peek through a little bit so it looks natural coming out of this stone. Okay, so we have our emeralds added, and I feel like I need something here at this front part. So I'm just going in with this awning from Get Famous. For lighting, I'm going to use these lanterns here from the Oasis Courtyard kit. So I'm just adding those to the tops of some of my roofing. And then behind the palace, I wanted to add a rainbow. In the picture I'm looking at, the palace is surrounded by this big glow. So if we use the pastel rainbow from Get Famous, put it behind here and size it up, that is going to look so cute. We just need to add rocks here so our clouds have something to sit on. I'm really just looking for some debug rocks. Here, let's add these. We can landscape around them later so they're not going to look so random. Actually, they don't even really look that weird. To add on to that, to make this look even more grand, we could use these glow lights from Get Famous. I'm going to add a few of them so they're going to be surrounding on this level of the terrain. And then again, we'll fill this all in with landscaping so they're not going to just be so noticeable. Then we'll come into live mode and change all of the lights that we've added to green. Let's see how those look in live mode. Oh my gosh, it's perfect. This is so extra, but it's perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna go in and cover all of this up with landscaping. And I want to say the flowers in this movie are red. They might even be poppies. It has been a long time since I've seen this movie, honestly. We can even add some emeralds in the garden. I was thinking about doing like a whole Munchkin Land part at the bottom here, which we honestly could still do, but maybe in a separate video. We'll see. I need to see when does Wicked come out? Okay, it comes out November 22nd. So after that, we will build something inspired by that. I was thinking about even doing it early because there are pictures of this set out there and the set looks insane. Like even just seeing what they've got going on for Shiz University, I know I could make a build out of that, but I figured I would wait until I actually see the movie. So if there's any Easter eggs or anything, I can really put those in there. But down here, I did want to add in something for the characters in Wizard of Oz. So obviously we need to find Patchy because we need a scarecrow. So I'm just gonna add him into the flowers like this. We need a Tin Man, so I was thinking about adding a knight, a silver one, obviously. We need a lion, again with the lions, okay? If you've been watching my videos, I mentioned in one of them recently that I keep having to add lions to my builds. Well, this lion, because we don't have any other ones, I'm telling you, they're following me. So he's gonna just go in the back here, or actually maybe closer in some of these flowers so we can actually see him. And then for Dorothy, I wanted to add one of these little picnic blankets. Maybe we can put that in behind here, and maybe also a little dog bed for Toto, obviously. All right, so here is the outside of our Wizard of Oz inspired build. This looks so pretty. I love adding that rainbow in the background. There's so much detail with the crystals and everything going on the build and in the landscaping as well. I want to see what it looks like in different times of day. So here it is in live mode with the lights going. The lights are so obnoxious. Oh my gosh, there it is in the evening. Here it is at night, and there in the morning. All right, let's go inside and start to furnish this. So I want to start off with a throne room. This is going to be where they meet the wizard, and they have that projection of the wizard on a wall. That's what this wall here is going to be. First, we need some wallpaper, and this one from Life and Death could be perfect. I'll add a big fancy chandelier when you walk in. And what can we use for our projection? I need a figure or a head that I can literally size up and use. Oh wait, the graffiti. Could this be our wizard? Wait, that's kind of funny. And it is a little fitting. I mean, it's this man spewing nonsense. There is also the head from Modern Luxe, and I found this light here from City Living, and if we change the color of it to green, then the inside of it will glow and it looks really pretty. So I was thinking about surrounding this with that light. We'll change all these to green, and then it sort of looks like this. We could also add in some of these floor lamps from Get Famous, and that'll add the fire in here. Any of the scenes in the wizard's like throne room in the movie as a kid scared me so bad. I'm pretty sure I even had like reoccurring dreams of this location at one point. I do want to keep in mind that this is actually going to be a house for Sims to live in, so I'm trying to include like a living room over here, still trying to keep it in this super fancy like Emerald City inspired aesthetic. So clearly green is our main color, but I'm also trying to bring in lots of gold and metals in here. Oh, someone actually uploaded art. Okay, we're gonna download this. There's this art here of the palace, so I'm just shrinking these frames. This frame is from Vampires, and I always like to use it on my gallery art just because it doesn't actually come in a frame, so there's that. So on that side we have a living room, we have our fake wizard. This is like kind of like our throne room, except it's actually a house. On this side we could do a dining area because behind I'm planning on doing a kitchen, and we'll add something to show the fake wizard as well. So I need a table. I'm thinking about trying this one from Fitness Stuff, which I never use. And we can try some fancy green chairs. These are from Discover University. This massive head is so funny. On the dining table, we could add the hourglass. It's the Wicked Witch's hourglass, so maybe I can use that swatch. And this here can be our centerpiece. I need more curtains for the tallest wall height because I have literally no options right now. Nothing fits and it looks really weird if I size it up. I mean, we do have these ones from Desert Luxe. I'm still trying not to forget about our emeralds, so if I have any extra space that needs to be filled, I can just add some of those. In this corner in the back, we could add one of those banquet tables, and then we could add on one of the stands. Would it look so strange if we put him right here? I really want to use this. Maybe I'll save it if I do a bedroom. Okay, so here is our throne room, our wizard's room. We've got the dining table over here. This could actually be a really good house for hosting, unironically. We have the living room over here. I'm actually also going to add a speaker on this table since we are thinking about making this for hosting. Oh, and on this wall I added a big curtain since technically he is like behind the curtain. So we're going to bring that over to this side, and this is just the perfect spot to hide a kitchen. So I'm going to add a full kitchen in the back. Keeping with this green theme, I'm going to add these counters from base game. We could use these bottles in the middle for our shelf. We'll add a sink, but then behind here I wanted to add a weather device. Actually, we have this area under the stairs, which is still technically kind of behind the curtain. Okay, no, that definitely won't fit, but I think I'll put it here. And I thought of this immediately because when you pull back the curtain, it does kind of look like he's using a device like this, which is funny because it's literally just a projection that he's making. But this movie did come out in the 30s, so maybe this is what their projections look like. I guess under the stairs we could put some actual magic clutter since he is technically a wizard, but it's just gonna be like tossed under here. Like clearly he's not really using it that much. We'll add the wand, but we can add just other boxes and clutter back here. Clearly an afterthought. So there we have our kitchen slash behind the curtain, and then I sort of just have this awkward space back here. We're forgetting how like weird this shell looks that I'm trying to make work. Ooh, this round bar would have been cool, but it's way too big. So maybe we can just add one of these singular bars. There's also this one from base game, and in this awkward corner I'm just adding more crystals as decor. All right, so this is our wizard throne room. I love this main part. When you first walk in, you're just gonna see that head. Like this is what it's gonna look like for Sims. Iconic, honestly. But in terms of living for Sims, this is gonna be a fun place to be. There's a lot of social space. We've got our kitchen hidden away in the back if they wanted to hire somebody. The random weather machine though, I'm sure they'll have fun with. And I actually also forgot that there was a bathroom over to this side, so I actually had room for a green door right here. I'm gonna add some curtains on these windows, and I also have these like detached sort of pieces that were really just for the tower exterior. If I wanted to, I could go in and maybe make these into greenhouses. The only way to really get to those would be from the outside, but for the bathroom I love this for rent tile. It comes in this pattern. It's super pretty, but I was also thinking about this one, which I feel like maybe fits our aesthetic a little better. And then the bistro kit has this green wallpaper that I love. The life and death bathtub just looks so pretty, and it comes in green. We can also add in the fancy Get Famous towel. I also always forget For Rent has this really pretty towel mirror table, so I'll add that by the door, and then I'm gonna raise up this vintage glamour perfume set. We could also put a nice plant in here. So there's this side so far, but then for the other side we could get the life and death sink with the matching For Rent mirror, and then we'll add this super fancy toilet right here. I have some room in this corner, so I'm just adding a big plant. And here's our super fancy bathroom over to this side. And here it is going over to the other side. I love that bathtub. It's so pretty. Oh, and before we go upstairs, I wanted to add in this bucket of water because that thing is a weapon. Okay, now we can go upstairs. And I was thinking up here we could do 2 bedrooms and a closet room and potentially another bathroom right here. So our closet room, I actually want it to be a shoe room. Obviously, the red slippers in the movie, iconic. Like when I think of Wizard of Oz, that's what I think of. And the Sims 4 Get Famous actually has an entire shoe rack item. You can see them in there, literally all just shoes. I wish they came with different swatches, but unfortunately they only have one. But we could build out our own closet using these from high school years. And then Dream Home Decorator has these shoe clutter pieces. We're gonna add these in pretty much every swatch. I think I'm gonna keep with the pumps because like that's what she wears. When I was a kid, I wanted a pair of these so bad. I thought they were like the prettiest shoes that could ever exist. So literally just a closet full of pumps. If I could find the dress to hang up, wait, I was hoping maybe Horse Ranch had the plaid pattern of her dress. I don't know if we're gonna find it. I mean, that might be kind of close. Then we could add a fancy mirror. I'm trying to keep somewhat with the vibe from downstairs, except this is clearly going to be Dorothy's room. So on this side, we could fit a vanity. We could add a fancy little chair and another picnic basket. Some blue bows around could be cute. I'm gonna add some poofs in the corner, and I think we also need like a real dresser. Something small, even just a space game one, so that we've got it there. Cover all the bases. I added in some of the Love Struck lights for a little bit of magical element. Her shoes are literally glittering. And this is our shoe closet. Can you imagine? I can't even tell you the state of my shoe storage right now. I could only dream of a storage closet like this for shoes, but it's Oz. Anything can happen. We've got our vanity, a spot to sit over here, an actual dresser, and our whole collection of pumps. Okay, on that note, we're gonna go across the hall and we're actually going to do a Dorothy bedroom. I think she'll have the smaller of the 2 bedrooms, and I was going to use this wallpaper here. It's from Base Game. It completely matches her dress. I think I can probably find a bed with the same pattern, or we could go with this. This is from Cottage Living. She's a farm girl from Kansas. I'm adding this picture of them that I found off the gallery over here, and obviously this build is based off of like the original Wizard of Oz movie, but while I was researching, I realized there's a lot more lore behind this. There are books, there are spin-off series. The first Wizard of Oz book was actually written in the year 1900 by L. Frank Baum. So it is actually so cool and kind of insane that there's still Oz related things happening in the media today. We definitely need the dog bed in here. I didn't add any bowls downstairs, but we could add one right here, keeping it with her in the bedroom. Okay, wait, while I was researching, I came across this. This is in the Roxbury Motel. I find the weirdest like accommodation places from doing this, like from my build videos. I'll link this website down below, but they have a Wizard Emeralds room. Look how cool this is with the brick road, all of the shiny glittery emerald stuff. Apparently all of the rooms in this motel are different themed, kind of like the Madonna Motel, which I do have a build video creating. This is so fun. They have the poppies on the wall. I love this idea. Let's try and recreate this somehow, connecting the 2 rooms. Like how stupid would it look if I made my own little path? That's kind of interesting. And then this would connect in here, but there's green flooring everywhere else. It was kind of an afterthought for Dorothy's room, I'm not gonna lie, so it's just gonna be this small part here, I guess. I'm definitely not a fan of that carpet at all, by the way. So now I'm tasked with trying to make this work. I'm using like a farmhouse style for the rest of her bedroom. I'm bringing in more of these bows. The storybook bookcase could be pretty, and it brings in some of that yellowy gold. And beside it, I'll add a stand-up mirror. In the back, this is basically just meant to be a reading area. Oh, I also found some really cute pictures here that I'm going to download. Okay, this person also, I saw there was a little signature. The person who shared this art also shared who the art was by, which is amazing. So this art is by Tony Santiago. Oh, these pictures are actually so cute. I'm purposely not adding anything for Alphaba or Glenda. Trust me, they're going to get their time soon. I mean, I could maybe just add like a little bubble blowing thing, some more Cottage Living pictures. Okay, so we have our Dorothy bedroom. This is how it turned out. So adorable. I tried to keep with that cottagecore farmhouse sort of feel. I really like this area in the back, this little reading area with the pictures of all of them. This is what it's looking like to the other side. I added some toys over here for Toto. I added a couple bows close beside the bed. We have a picture by all of them over here, which is just a little bit blurry, but that's okay. And finally, we're gonna go build a wizard bedroom. So for this, we need an elaborate green bed. I was thinking about this basing one, and then we just add a green rug underneath it to cut off the road. This one again has to be extravagant. I was thinking about using the high school years lights over top and then adding some mirror over the bed. I was gonna add some fancy furniture in here, so I'm using this from Get Famous. It's kind of cool that these bedrooms are complete opposite from each other too. Like this one is super luxurious, expensive, whereas this one is just cutesy, farmy. I'm gonna add this dresser in here from Vampires. I ended up changing the bed because I thought this one matched so much better, and this is how our wizard bedroom turned out. Yes, I did add more of the touch of starlight items on the wall. Listen, one of these days I will be sick of this item, but that day is not today, okay? I also added a fireplace over to this side. On the other side, we have our dresser. I added some pictures from Realm of Magic on the wall. The storybook kit bookshelf is over here as well. And here's how it turned out in contrast to the other one. For the final bathroom upstairs, I used this wallpaper from the storybook kit. There was some symbolism there with the hot air balloons. And then up in the towers, this is super weird, but I added a bunch of gargoyles to represent the flying monkeys, which also terrified me as a kid. So that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you like this build in The Sims 4. Again, we will be doing a Wicked inspired build soon, so stay tuned for that. And if you guys like the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.